Pickman Studios present Gym Teacher Dreams podcast. Here we are back again, Ray and Ryan, ready to do her up. Right now, Ryan's a little flustered. I'll let Ray talk for a while, maybe as I get my brain back together, as I made a little mistake getting some rooms for graduation, and hopefully I get some money back. If not, I had to panhandle on the street somewhere.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
If you did panhandle, where are you heading? It's funny you say this. I don't know if this ever came up on the podcast. By the way, we're chowing on some Chex Mix. Thank you, Heather. This is outstanding. I watch Intervention. Are you familiar with that show?
No.
Okay, so addicts of, it's usually drugs, but there have been some other addictions, and, when family, friends, loved ones are sort of at their wits' end, they have an intervention. You probably heard of that?
Yeah.
So the show is all revolves around that. So this crew, and I don't even know if they get people anymore because I think everybody knows the show Intervention, but they would follow the drug addict around, or the addict again. There were people who were addicted to eating their own hair and stuff like that, like non-food things. That's one show in particular. So it's not just drugs.
Yes.
Anyway, the addict, they tell him, hey, we're doing a documentary about addicts. We'd like to follow you around for a while. And then after a week or two, boom, intervention. They're having an intervention, so they kind of trick them. So there was one, this dude was panhandling, okay? That was how he was making his money, because he's homeless, and lost his job, family, whatever. And he's panhandling on the streets, wherever, somewhere in California, I think, or, we'll just assume a warm weather place.
Okay.
And he ballparked it at $40,000 he made 1 year panhandling.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's more than a lot of salaries out there that people make. Beginning teacher doesn't make $40,000, but here's a drug addict, homeless, living on the streets, panhandling, ballparked that he made probably $40,000 that year. Wow. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm wondering, maybe you pick the right area, you might do all right.
At least to make up for potential money I just lost.
So it's not going to be Fulton or Savannah. Probably, you can do it around Sycamore. You're kind of a big deal around here.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yeah.
I may have to. I just don't know. But yeah.
Remind me. I'm going to ask you a question about that off the air, okay?
Okay.
Panhandling, Sycamore, off the air.
Okay.
I got a game prepared if you're willing to play.
Let's just get after it. Yeah.
Get after it.
Yep.
Okay. So, the one thing I do want to talk about later also, if we do have time.
Mm-hmm.
IHSA pairings came out, and there's a couple things. 3A girls pairings came out, and I want to talk just a couple things, IHSA basketball and whatever.
Right now, or game first?
Well, you tell me. You want game first, or you want to talk
Let's talk
stuff
first. Yep.
Okay. So, I don't know if our listening audience is familiar with this, but you're familiar with the subsectionals, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing that comes out, and this came out a month ago, is who is going to be in your subsectional. Just a list of the teams in your area that you will match up against for regionals.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they do these subsectionals, which are larger groups, and then schools apply to be hosts. So you do have a couple of hosts, so for instance, Sycamore's a host this year, so you knew you were going to play at Sycamore, but you weren't really sure who was going to come to Sycamore.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So, for instance, this is something that drives me bananas. In Sycamore's pairing, I have this here, you can look at it. Sycamore is subsectional A, and there are 9 teams in Sycamore's subsectional A, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's subsectional B. Okay, there are 10 teams in subsectional B. Now, you and I know this, and some of our audience knows this, but they're going to split Sycamore's subsectional A into 2 regionals, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they did, because I already looked.
Okay.
And then subsectional B will be split into 2 regionals.
Yes.
Now, you and I, these 9 teams, okay, I'm pointing to a document on the internet, which our audience cannot see. These 9 teams, in theory, the way this is typed up and written, should play out in a tournament, and there should be 1 team from subsectional A that should play 1 team from subsectional B, and that winner should be your sectional champion. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Do you know how the IHSA does this, though?
They got two separate sites, and then they'll have 2 regional champions, and 2 regional champions, and then they'll play.
Well, I mean, yes, but the way it's typed, Sycamore's regional should play Freeport's regional, right? The way this is typed.
Oh, yeah.
And then Burlington Central's regional, these are subsectional B teams. Burlington Central against IMSA. that regional champion should come out. And then subsectional A, one team from here should come out and play one team from here.
But they don't.
They don't.
I don't.
They do this silly crossover thing. Why in the world do you even type up these subsectionals?
I have no idea. You're right.
Because I double-checked. And this is exactly what happened. Sycamore is playing... The winner of the Sycamore Regional, which is subsectional A, is playing the winner of the Burlington Regional, which is subsectional B. So then, it's just the opposite on the bottom end. The the Freeport subsectional is playing the IMSA.
Yes.
Subsection. I mean, so why even put out that...
They're two separate subsectionals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That drives me nuts. Either put them in regionals and say, here, you're going to play it out this way, or here's subsectional A and these one team. I mean, it's just, you'll never, part of the game, there's a question that will relate to this, and maybe I'll tie it in if I remember, but I will never understand this.
Yep.
How the IHSA does this, I will never understand.
Yeah, and how they group them once they get seeded.
Because then you seed them 1 through 10, but because you have these crossovers, you might have 2 4s playing each other. Yeah. It's not like a true bracket like I've grown up with. Like when I was 4 years old, being an aspiring gym teacher, like knowing brackets was like 101. That was kindergarten stuff. Other kids are learning how to sound out words and do sight words and elementary math. I was over in one special classroom preparing to be a gym teacher. And it was we're doing brackets and throwing dodgeballs and belittling people and stuff like that. So I'll never understand this. I think IHSA needs more gym teachers.
Yep.
So here's another thing, okay? So I said, I got this. There's another beef I have with the IHSA.
Just one more?
Well, there's 2 big ones, and these are the 2 big ones. I'm sure there's like sub beefs that I have.
Okay.
And by the way, I mean, so do you feel kind of the same way I do about that whole tournament thing? It drives me nuts. Yes. But you can probably tell in my voice.
That's the first time.
Here's another frustration. I told you like a couple weeks ago on the Spartan TV broadcast that, my buddy Dave and his officiating crew, which you and I agree is probably one of the best in the state of Illinois.
It's good.
Certainly in the regional. And that's no baloney. Yeah.
Right.
There's not, I mean, well, again.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. There's no two ways about that. Officiating has dipped a little bit in recent years, but they're a good, officiating crew. And, it's kind of like when you talk about who's the best Hall of Famer, you start to talk about eras. Yeah. Dave's crew would be good in any era.
And they split them up in
exactly. You knew where I was going.
Oh, yeah.
Here's IHSA, your varsity officials is a group of 3. For any of our listeners that don't know this, you work in groups of 3, okay? And these guys work together almost all
lot
year.
Of them work. Yeah, the good ones work together most of the time.
They're a crew. They're like a family. They get to know each other, and get to read off of each other and know how to help each other, know how to communicate. Just like a good marriage, got to have good communication.
Right.
And then at the most important part of the year, the tournament, they split them up.
Yep.
All these guys go in different directions. So a sub-issue here is that Dave and his crew are not going to be on the Morris game on Valentine's Day evening. Dave will be at Sycamore officiating that game, but his other 2 guys were taken off the game for regional games somewhere else. Okay? Uh-huh. So that's, like I said, a subcategory here, but don't you want your best crews to stick together and advance through the tournament?
Yeah. And that's a good thing maybe as coaches, and I didn't think about it at the time, maybe we bring up instead of we rate each official individually. After every game we rate officials individually. Mm-hmm. Maybe you should do it as a crew. Mm-hmm. You still put their numbers in as a crew and give them an overall rating, because that's what happens. They base everything on individual. But yeah, you're right. Some of the crews are way better. Yeah. Together.
Now here is just this is one example of how the IHSA is a huge hypocrisy. In football, the crew does go together through the playoffs. So my brother is an IHSA football official. His whole crew does a playoff game together. You don't split those guys up.
That's silly.
Why do you do it in basketball? Again, this I will never understand this. This cannot be your answer to a future question, though. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So there's my beefs with the IHSA. I wanted to touch on that because A, the pairings came out today, and B, we talked about it on the last Spartan TV episode or whatever.
Yes.
So anyway, get that out of the way. So last episode we did talk about food stuff, so I do, have
Yes.
some food stuff I want to talk about. This isn't necessarily the game.
Okay, go ahead.
Something came up in the Borgman household, a conversation revolving around food, and I wanted to get your take on it. Okay? Are you there, Ryan Michael Piccolotti?
Hit me with it. Hit me with it. Sorry, I need to stay hydrated. Got big volleyball tonight.
Yeah. As a young person growing up
Yes.
in the Savannah school system,
Yes.
were you a hot lunch or cold lunch person?
I was cold lunch.
And that's what you called it? Sack lunch? Bring
Cold
sack
lunch, yes, that was cold lunch.
Okay. Me too, for the most part. There were some meals that were outstanding. And you
As I got a little bigger, I started to do some of the meals that I would like. But as a youth, it was cold lunch.
Yeah. Now, when you got into high school, was it like open campus? You could go home and stuff like that?
No.
No, you had to stay there. Okay.
Yes.
So, I think you're familiar with this. Maybe we talked about it before, but I live like right across the street from the high school.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they did close the campus. I told you before, the class of 92, like your age group, they ruined it for everybody. So it was open campus for a long time, and then they were making bad decisions, so they closed. You had to stay in, but if you lived close or could get a ride and parents signed off on it, you could go home for lunch. So I got to go home for lunch like almost every single day of my high school career. All right.
Right.
With just a couple exceptions, but anyway, that has almost nothing to do with what I'm talking about here. So, what was like your typical lunch? You're saying, because you're a guy, I've said this before, kind of bland.
Yeah.
So I bet you had the same thing like every day.
Well, I would have a sandwich, chips, something
a little Jello,
Jello or fruit snacks, and a dessert.
a dessert, nice, like a or something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So really, you're probably not going to be able to help me here at all in terms of the school lunch. But did your school lunch serve chili? Do you recall?
No idea.
No idea. Okay.
I wouldn't eat it. Wouldn't have eaten it.
Yeah.
So
Since you wouldn't have eaten chili, did your mom make chili at home, or would she not make it because she knew you wouldn't?
I don't remember my mom making a lot of chili.
Okay. So here's the conversation that came up, and this was kind of a social media driven conversation. We have chili like once a week during like the winter months, the cold weather months or whatever, okay? So we had chili a couple nights ago, and my wife said that she saw on social media that chili very commonly served with cinnamon rolls. You familiar with that at all?
No.
And she said that through social media it came up that it's an Iowa thing. So you, growing up right on the Mississippi River, I, growing up right on the Mississippi River, I thought maybe that, and it reminded me that when the school lunch would serve chili, there was a cinnamon roll there. You know what I mean? So I'm like kind of rang true with me that, hey, from my memory, yeah, that's something that we would do. But nothing. Doesn't ring a bell at all.
No.
Okay. You do a little research on the side. Ask your friends from Iowa if that's an Iowa thing. Do you do that for me?
Yes.
All right. So another food thing from social media. I'm going to give you a list, and I'm going to read the list to our listening audience. You can pick 3 of these foods. No, money is not a factor, but 3 of the foods from this picture and from the list I'm going to read to my audience. What 3 are you going to eat for the rest of your life?
The rest of my life.
You have to eat something from this list the rest of your life. These are all big chain foods.
Okay.
Here's the list for our audience while Piccolotti thinks about it. Wendy's, Taco Bell, Hardee's or Carl's Jr. or whatever it's called now, Subway, McDonald's, Moe's, and for you, Piccolotti, because kind of Chipotle, Moe's, and Qdoba are kind of similar.
Okay.
I'm going to let you add Qdoba if you want to that list.
I'd rather do Chipotle.
Okay, then we'll take Qdoba off the list.
Yes.
Quiznos, Red Lobster, KFC, Olive Garden, Jimmy John's, Chili's, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, In-N-Out Burger, Chipotle, Applebee's, Burger King, Outback, Buffalo Wild Wings, Arby's, Rally's, Five Guys. You get to choose 3 of those to eat for the rest of your life. Money is not an option. What 3 are you going with?
Okay, I am going with...
I should have guessed beforehand what you might say.
Five Guys.
Okay.
Chipotle.
Okay.
And after that, I don't know. I would say... I would go with... I would go Outback.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You get it. What do you get at Outback?
I don't go out back, but I would need something like a steak or something. You know,
Right. What about the blooming onion? You would not touch that one.
I do kind of eat the onion a little bit, as long as it's not real thick onion.
Okay. Five Guys. What do you like? Because Five Guys, you can get anything on that burger, right?
Yeah.
How do you get your burger?
Cheese.
That's it.
Yeah.
See, it's funny that you say that because I kind of agree. You got to keep it simple. The first time I ever went to Five Guys, like I got everything on there because I'm frugal. I figure for my value per dollar, I want everything on that thing. And it was a big mistake. It was just a sloppy mess. It was hard to eat. So then the next time I go, I kept it simple, which I normally do. You know, I probably could get cheese on there. I like onion, lettuce, tomato, and that's it. I don't need a lot of like the accessories like your ketchup and mustard and things like that. So I kept it simple, and then it was all right. But I'm still not a huge Five Guys guy. Once again, Picolati's interrupted here and...
Five Guys because of potato,
fresh cut potatoes.
Yes,
I like
the French fries.
French fries. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So
what about the peanuts? Do you go?
I eat a few peanuts. Yeah,
but don't go too heavy on them.
No. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. All right. So the next section, by the way, for my choices, I kind of forget what I went with. Red Lobster. I do like seafood, which we figured out during the food bracket episode that you created a couple days ago. I think Chipotle, because as we identified, I do like Mexican food. You know, I do prefer Manny's tacos, and I kind of, a friend of our family, RJ Coffey, the head football coach at Fulton High School, head basketball coach at Fulton High School now. He said it best. If he's going to go get a burrito, he kind of prefers the place to be a little suspect. He finds that those kind of iffy places have the best burritos, and I kind of agree with him. So, but those aren't on the list.
Huh.
So for my tacos and burritos, I think I'm going to have to go Chipotle. And then for my third choice, I do like OG. I like Chick-fil-A. I forget which my third was. How do you not go McDonald's, man? I do love McDonald's. That would probably be my third.
Come on.
We can always edit. So, moving on to the actual game. I need you. This is song-related stuff, lyric stuff. So the first half of this is going to be, there's a song lyric, and then I want you to tell a story related to that.
Okay.
So here we go. We'll kind of tie the food into this.
Okay.
You're familiar with crisscross.
Crisscross, yes.
Warm it up.
Warm it up, Chris.
Are you particular about the way you warm up any of the foods?
No.
No? You just throw it in the microwave, done. Any food?
If I have to, what you mean, like on leftovers?
Yeah.
Depends. I shouldn't say that. Try to put it on a skillet.
Okay.
And just depends what it is.
Well, pizza.
Pizza, I should put it on the, what's the one that goes
Pizzazz?
The pizzazz. Mm-hmm. But I sometimes get lazy and just put it in the microwave.
Okay. See, I don't like it in the microwave. The pizzazz, like you, I'm kind of lazy. You got to get stuff out of the pantry to pull that thing out, put it together, all that. It's, yes. So I'll usually do it on a skillet. Have you seen that? Like, I think that's kind of growing in popularity. My dad taught it to me like 10, 12 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I've done it in skillet before. Yeah.
But the oven will dry it out. The microwave completely changes the texture.
Yep.
I don't like microwaving meat, too. That's another reason why I asked this. Like, if I have a leftover steak, no, I'm not putting it in the microwave.
Yeah.
Chicken, I'm not putting it. Burger, forget it,
Yeah. There's
So
only a few things. Casseroles are okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And I know you busted my chops about this. My little individual serve crock pot. I kind of like warming things up in that.
Who busted your chops?
Come on.
I'll remember.
You don't remember?
I'll remember.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that busted your chops.
CTE or something like that?
A lot of things that busted your chops about
True
that
that.
you did, but I don't remember that.
Okay. The best things in life are free. That's a Luther Vandross, Janet Jackson song. Are you familiar with it?
Yes.
Okay, Scott, I'm not. But I'm thinking, all the good things in my life cost money. Drugs cost money. Planes cost money. My yacht costs money. My hair costs money. My kids' stuff costs money. This is a quote from a movie, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Are you with it? Starsky and Hutch?
No. I'm not
anyway.
with you, but anyway.
So yeah, none of that stuff is, whatever. But seriously, a lot of good things in life cost money. So I want you to tell me the best thing in your life that's free.
I would say the love of my family.
I knew you were going to say that. Let's say outside of the family.
Outside of family. Yep. Yeah, we've done that before.
But while you think, I just want to make
Shooting hoops.
I want to make sure everybody, especially Brienne, is clear that most of what I said there was from a movie, from Starsky and Hutch. That is not how I feel. Okay, certainly the drugs, I only do the ones the doctor tells me I have to take. But yes, go ahead.
And it was P word free. Okay, I would say, what was the question? Maybe, some entertainment like going to shoot hoops. That's something that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
That's free.
I don't do that anymore. I need to.
Yeah. So
that's one thing that's missing from my life.
Would it be free, like if going to the gym at school and having entertainment there because we're not paying for it?
Yeah.
So I guess job, things,
related. I don't know.
Yeah, job related stuff that we don't have to pay for.
Okay.
Like going to going to shoot hoops inside, or I've taken some other family members there to cousins and stuff to run around in the gym.
Yeah. Okay.
So some outdoor stuff. Pretty much that's about it.
Does the podcast cost you anything here talking? I mean, we do have to.
We do have to pay a little bit, but yeah. The actual communication, no.
Right. That'd be my answer. That's the best thing in my life.
Ding, 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 ding. Winner.
A dream is like a river. Garth Brooks, you know that one, right?
Yes.
Is that a tear coming down your cheek?
A little bit.
Okay.
Little bit.
I want you to tell me about a dream you've had involving a river.
I don't know if I've ever had a dream about a river.
I had a reoccurring dream. We grew up on the Mississippi River. Yeah. The river is flooding. It's high. It's almost over the South Bridge, connecting Fulton to Clinton.
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with both the bridges in Fulton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
For whatever reason, it's always the South Bridge.
Okay.
The water's almost covering that bridge. That's how high it is.
That's way up there.
Yeah. And then I feel like I'm drowning.
Oh, man.
You don't have dreams like that?
No, I almost drowned it. It wasn't a dream, but I almost drowned it.
Me and William did too, to be honest with you.
I've almost drowned it multiple times.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. One time we were tubing.
Yeah.
It was before a bachelor party, and so I don't know if I've talked. So we were at a Y on the little stream, lake, where there wasn't a lake, it was, I guess, a little river.
Yeah.
And my buddy Aaron says, always go left. Okay. So we go left. And
a Y in the river.
River, yes.
I'm thinking you're at a YMCA.
No.
And there's a river.
No.
I'm just trying to put
the stream,
it together.
whatever we were in. Okay. So we go left and about mile down, if that.
Wait. Whatever.
No, the trees and everything was in the water, so we were not able to go. So we get there, and then the water starts picking up, and somehow we go down.
Yeah.
So we all kind of get flipped over, and the water was super cold because it was still in the spring. I instantly get a cramp in my.
You told all the ladies the water's cold.
It was just us guys.
Okay.
Okay, and so first off, we had a cooler there, and I just moved my keys out of that cooler into another one because the other guys went the other way.
Okay.
And so that cooler flipped over and everything. We lost everything. So I lost my car keys. So I let him do that.
Of course you.
But as soon as I hit the water, my hamstring got in cramp, which used to happen a lot for me.
Okay.
So I'm in chin deep water. I've got one leg that's got a cramp in it. Mm-hmm. It's flowing. I got stuck in a rope. Which were kind of around my leg also, and
your good leg. It was around your bad leg. At that point, it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. So I was just worried, that I wasn't going to make it because how it happens. You get cramp in your hamstring. That hurts. I used to get a ball in my hamstring all the time.
Really?
Oh, it's painful. Okay, not that kind of ball. Okay, so anyway,
they call that a lap dance. Okay.
Don't know. Never had a lap dance from someone with a ball.
I just heard. Okay. Well, you were telling the story for kind of.
Yes. Anyway, so that's the first time I made it out. I'm alive. The second time what was the second time now? Oh, Heather and I went to Lake Okoboji in Iowa.
Yeah.
And we went the jet skiing.
Okay.
And we went down. Heather had to use the restroom. So she jumped in the water.
Of course.
And then we couldn't get back on this jet ski.
Just a couple kids from Savannah. That's
so
what you do.
It flipped over. It got waterlogged. We turned it back over. Wouldn't start. And actually, we couldn't turn it over because the water was so choppy and everything. And so we're in the middle of Lake
Had nothing to
Okoboji.
do with your strength. It was the water chop.
Yes, for sure, because we had flipped all we had done it the day before, and it was fine. So anyway, we're in the deepest part of the lake. We're in the middle of it, and no one would be able to see us because the waves are so high. But I thought we were going to die because Heather had to go to the bathroom. Yeah, and someone did find us, had told us for miles and miles and miles. Don't give me that, okay? And anyway, that's the 2 main times.
I think they call that karma.
Okay.
All right. Don't go chasing waterfalls. If you did chase a waterfall, what would be the allure? What's the draw? Why would you be chasing a waterfall?
I'd be chasing waterfalls because I think the song itself means that the waterfall is huge. It's a big dream. Something that you're really chasing. You need to stick to a little smaller, or smaller goals or places. Yes.
And then I'm gonna take my comedy hat off and put my serious hat on.
Yes.
Have you talked about this with the professionals in the past? Because honestly, just as you were saying that, I was wondering if
Nope,
not about chasing big dreams. Go after little ones.
Yeah, that was all my brain.
Okay, good.
That, to me, that's what that song means.
I think you're right,
and chasing waterfalls. If you would chase a big one, it would be for the thrill.
The thrill.
Yes. The thrill seekers, not me.
Okay. Finally, it has happened to me. You remember that song? By the way, a lot of these songs are from 1992.
Okay.
Some of them were popped off in my head, and I'm like, well, I need to cast a wider net, so I went 1992, and I'm like, all right.
Yes.
So I thought that might be your wheelhouse.
Okay, finally it's happened to me.
Yeah. Tell me a time when you thought to yourself, finally, it has happened to me.
Finally, it's happened to me. I obviously won with very simply that regional championship that we won a couple of years ago. Yeah. Yeah, that would be one. Besides that, finally happened to me. I think, I might have said that, when my voice changed and my balls dropped, kind of thing.
Okay.
Finally, it's happened to me, Mom.
All right. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
I Can't Drive 55. I think that's Van Halen, maybe, or someone. You know the song?
Is it Van Halen?
It's probably not Van Halen, but do you know the song?
Yeah.
Okay. How fast do you drive in a 55?
Unless I really have somewhere to go, it's between 60 and 62.
Okay. That's why I'm honest with my kids. William asks me frequently how fast you're driving, and now he knows the answer. 7 miles an hour over. So it sounds like you're about the same thing.
Right.
What about 88? How fast you go on 88?
80.
Okay. I don't even know. Sammy Hagar. Does that count?
No.
I Can't Drive 55? All right.
But yeah, it doesn't count as...
but I'm close. I'm closer than I thought I might have been.
I don't know.
I don't even know this posted speed limit. But you go 80 on 88?
It's,
I think it's 70.
It's 70.
75?
Yeah, it's 70. Like in Iowa, you go 75, so then you're up to 82, 83.
Yeah. Well, I'm 7 over. So whatever it says, I'm usually 7 over.
Okay.
I want to go back and do it all over, but I can't go back. I know. You know that song?
No.
Seriously?
Who sang that one?
You want me to look real quick? If you could go back and do something over, what are you doing over? And I'll look to see who sings it.
If I could do, I would...
it's Eddie Money, for sure.
Okay. I would say that I would go back and I would work out more for sports.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's about
Eddie Money.
Biggest thing.
And so you're still not familiar with the song?
Ish.
Because you're going to get it here in a second, okay? After an ad, I'm sure. So next one. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Was it hard to say goodbye to yesterday? Like literally yesterday, the day?
Yesterday? No, because the kids were not very good, so it was not too hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Okay. Can you think of a yesterday that it was hard to say goodbye to?
It's one of those where it's hard to say goodbye yesterday when you lose significant others in your life. It's always hard to say goodbye to Morgan when she went back to school.
Yeah.
So
trying to get to the chorus here. Come on, Eddie. Whatever.
Yes, okay, I've heard of it, yes.
You had to have.
I've heard it, yes.
Yeah. Don't be like Bolte with the Karate Kid and be the only one in the world that hasn't seen it. Let's see. Never Gonna Get It, Never Gonna Get It. In Vogue, remember that one?
Yes.
Okay, what is something that you will never get? See, this is the tie into IHSA. You cannot answer how the IHSA does stuff.
Yeah, never going to get. I'm never going to get. Now with education, why standardized testing is it's so important to them, rather than teaching kids about life.
This was unprompted. I don't know if Jennifer Brandstrom listens. Okay, but we had a conversation about that this week about standardized testing. And, I kind of share a similar opinion as you, and I felt like she was kind of pushing back a little bit. And I don't even know if she said what her belief on it is, but it's ironic that you just said that. So we're going to have to maybe get her in on this conversation about standardized testing.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. 2 more, and then we're going to move on to a final Jeopardy.
We might have to finish.
Okay, that's... there's 4 more total.
4 more total, okay.
Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if you know the song.
Yes.
What does Teen Spirit smell like?
Dirty socks and Axe.
So middle school boys' locker room.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's what I thought you'd say.
Yeah.
Last one for this category. On Bended Knee, Boys to Men. I know you know that one.
Of course I do.
Would you tell our listening audience a little bit about how you proposed to Heather? And by the way, I know the song was something different.
Yes.
But, on Bended Knee.
Yes. I wasn't too dramatic. I had gotten her a bunch of precious moments.
I thought you were going to say pretzels for a second.
A bunch of precious moments throughout the years we were dating.
Yeah.
And so I put them on
not just
on
the dolls.
table.
Like literally, you gave her a ton of precious moments.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And even more after we got married. But
all right.
Put that on the table with some flowers, and I was hiding when she came in with the ring right there. And when she came in, I came out and down on bended knee.
Yeah.
And I kind of.
Where'd you hide?
Well, we kind of had like where we are now. I kind of had a side room like this.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when I got my knee, I kind of lost my balance, and it was
even back then.
Yeah.
Like this, once you're over 40, I know you know this. Like just your faculties go by.
I never.
I get off balance now quite easily. Because if I went on bended knee now, I would fall over.
Yes.
But you were like 20 at that time.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was a little nervous. I knew she was going to say yes. It's just that's the moment.
Okay. So this part is you fill in with your lyrics. So it's it's a song that I'm guessing you know and everybody knows.
Okay.
But don't go with the normal lyric.
Okay.
You go with your own lyric.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the song by Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal?
Kind of.
So the chorus goes something like this. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by... What was Annie hit by? That Michael's asking her if she's okay.
An eagle.
An eagle.
Yeah.
Just
eagle
flew out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Boom.
Eagle flew out and hit Annie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time I hit an owl with my car?
We've hit 2 owls.
I think I have too. You and I.
We're like the same place. It was like right when we were going back to Dubuque, and right before the Sebula-Savannah Bridge.
Yeah. Right
there. Just boom, just hit us.
Okay.
We didn't hit it. It hit us.
An eagle. Awesome.
Yes.
Oh, I just died in your arms tonight. You know that song?
Yes.
Must have been.
Let's see here. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something. It's something you gave me in my food.
Here's my finish, and this is actually Rhino. I stole this from Rhino. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something I ate. Oh, sorry.
Yes. No, you must have put something in my food. You wanted the insurance. You couldn't wait.
All right, same but different.
Yes.
So I'm not ending on a high note here.
Okay.
But there's something strange in your neighborhood. Who are you going to call?
Jim Winters.
Okay. That's
Chief
good.
of Police,
Because honestly, I thought this through, who could I call? I'm calling the authorities.
Yes.
So, again, man, we're on the same wavelength here for a few of these.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I only got 3 of those fill in the blanks, but maybe next time I'll expand that to 10 and we'll go that route. But thanks for playing along.
Yeah, well, thanks for the game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hoped you did. I always get so excited about these games and then they fall flat on their face.
No, they did not fall flat in the face.
All right. Thanks for sharing your stories. And before we end, we did get some verification that one of our listeners told a friend, and that friend is now a new listener. So thank you to everybody that does go out there and tell a friend, because you're making a difference.
Yes, we love you.
And the kissing noise. All right, take care for now. Ryan and Ray, Gym Teacher Dreams Podcast.
Until next time, America.